Hello and welcome to Your Sports News. I'm your host Guilherme Vecchi, and today we'll see what to watch for in sports this week, from December 20th, the Sunday, to December 26th, Saturday. Let's go! So on Sunday, December 20th, I've picked some games here. The first game is in soccer in English Premier League between Leicester City and Tottenham Hotspur. It's a really cool game to watch for in the Premier League. It's the first place Tottenham Hotspur against the third place Leicester City Football Club. They're just 2 points apart from each other in the standings, and it's going to be a really cool matchup to watch for. Both teams trying to get to the top and stay on top in case of the Hotspur, and Leicester City trying to get to the top of the table. So it's going to be a cool matchup to watch for in the Premier League. And after that, I've picked 3 games in the NFL to watch for, one in each window of games. It's the week 15, so just 3 weeks remaining in the regular season. So it all comes down to this final games. So first game I've picked is the Seahawks against the Washington football team. Both teams trying to get to the playoffs. The Seahawks are second in the NFC West. They're trying to get to the playoffs via the wild card. Actually, I don't know if they can get to the playoffs as the NFC West champions. They're tied with the Rams on top of the NFC West. It will be cool. It's a really important game for them to win. They're probably going to the playoffs as a wild card, but they're trying to get the division to get a better spot in the playoff bracket. The Washington football team, however, they're first in the NFC East, even though they're struggling a little bit this year. But all the teams in the NFC East are struggling, so Washington football team leads the NFC East, and they have to win to stay on top. They're trying to stay on top and trying to go to the playoffs, even being 6-7 so far. Following that game, the second game to watch for, it's a really cool matchup. The Kansas City Chiefs, the top seeded in the AFC, facing the Saints, who are tied atop the NFC in the standings, tied for the first place with the Green Bay Packers. It's a cool game to watch for both playoff teams. The Chiefs just lost this season. Patrick Mahomes playing really well, just like last year. And Drew Brees may actually come back for this game. He's coming back from an injury, so it's probably the best game to watch for in the afternoon window of games. So the first game, Seahawks and Washington playing the first window of games in the early afternoon, and the Chiefs playing the Saints in the late afternoon. So good games to watch for. And finishing off the Sunday, the Browns play the Giants on Sunday Night Football. The Browns are trying to go to the playoffs. They're second in the AFC North, behind the Steelers. The Steelers are 11-2. They've started the season 11-0, lost 2 straight. So the Browns still have some chances at winning the division, but most importantly here, they have to win and try to secure a wild card spot to qualify for the playoffs, because there are lots of teams competing against them for the 3 wild card spots in game this year. So it's a really important game for the Browns, and they have to win it to have a more easy end of the season in terms of clinching a playoff spot. As for the Giants, they're struggling a lot this year. They're 5-8, but they're still second in the NFC. It's just 1 game back from the Washington football team. So if Washington loses against the Seahawks and the Giants win, they'll get the first place in the division, and they're back in the playoff race. So it's a really important game for the Giants as well. So that's why this game was flexed to Sunday Night Football. It wasn't originally meant to be played at night on prime time, but they flexed this game to prime time because this is a really important game. It's a really cool game to watch for to finish off Sunday. So on Monday, not really much going around the world in terms of sports. Some soccer matches around Europe, but not many important games. But on football, on American football, as you may call it, on the NFL, there's Monday Night Football. It's not a really exciting game to to be honest, it's the Steelers against the Bengals. So it's the first place in the AFC North against the last place in the NFC North, the Bengals. One team is 11-2, the other is 2-10-1. So the Bengals are really struggling this year. They started the season okay, but they lost Joe Burrow, their rookie starting quarterback, to injury. So they're struggling a bit. But the Steelers, they've started the season 11-0, but lost the two last games to Washington football team and to the Buffalo Bills. So they are kind of in a slump as well. They're trying to get back to winning. And it would be really important for the Bengals to win a division game against the Steelers to regain some momentum looking to next year when Joe Burrow is back. So it would be important for them as motivation for next year. So it's a cool game to watch for. To be honest, I think it will be a little bit one-sided. I guess I'd say the Steelers will have kind of an easy win, but it's the NFL, man. It's unpredictable. So that's it. Go watch this game. That's the game I've picked on Monday, and it's a cool game to watch for, I guess. So on Tuesday, December 22nd, the NBA tips off. The NBA is back after some months, after that bubble playoff where the Lakers emerged as the NBA champions of last season, and they're back this year. Starting on December 22nd, Tuesday. The first game of the season is the Warriors against the Nets in Brooklyn. So it's going to be a pretty cool matchup between the Warriors with Steph Curry against the Brooklyn Nets. Probably, I don't know if they'll start the season on full force, but this year they'll have Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant back from injuries, so they'll have their best squad that last year they couldn't use them due to injury. So this year they'll use these star players, and I hope and I think they will do better this year. So a cool game to watch for to start off the season. And after that, the LA clash between the Clippers and the Lakers are pretty cool matchup to watch for. The current champions with LeBron James, Anthony Davis playing Kawhi Leonard and all. So cool matchup to watch for as well. The LA Lakers against the LA Clippers. So I'm glad the NBA is back and more sports to watch for. So nothing to complain about that. Cool games to watch for on Tuesdays. On Wednesday, December 23rd, not many games going around the world that are really important. I've picked two here. The first one in Spanish soccer league, La Liga. It's the Real Madrid, the world famous team, against Granada, a small Spanish team that's doing pretty well this year, actually. Real Madrid is struggling a bit. They've struggled a bit in the Champions League, but they qualified to the round of 16. And they are third in La Liga standings. So they're still trying to get some momentum in La Liga. It's a really important game for them to win and try to get back to second and first positions in the standings. But Granada, they're doing pretty well so far in La Liga. They're sixth, just some points behind here, Real Madrid. It would be a pretty good statement for them if they could win this one against Real Madrid. They would get some really important 3 points in the standings, and it's a really cool game to watch for in La Liga. And after that, I'd recommend a game to watch for in the NBA, which is the Celtics against the Bucks. Really cool Eastern Conference matchup between the first seed last year, which were the Milwaukee Bucks, and the third seed last year, the Boston Celtics. So it's going to be a pretty cool matchup of two probably playoff bound teams this year. So another cool game to watch for in the NBA. So on Thursday, December 24th, it's Christmas Eve, and I couldn't find any major sports event going on around the world. So what I would recommend is for you to enjoy your family, enjoy Christmas, and have some really cool holidays this year. Of course, with all the stuff going around the world, keep social distance, and be careful, but enjoy the time you have with your family. And that's what I'd recommend on December 24th. But on December 25th, Christmas Day, the famous NBA Christmas Day, comes with 5 back-to-back games, 5 straight games, one after another. Really cool games to watch for. There are other sports going on, but with the NBA coming back, I'd really recommend for you to watch the NBA. And they've picked really cool games to play here in Christmas Day. First one is the Pelicans against the Heat. So the Heat, the team that were in the finals last year against the Lakers. Pretty cool matchup to start off the day, followed by the Warriors against the Bucks. So as I said before, the Warriors with Steph Curry and the Bucks, the number 1 seed last year in the Eastern Conference. Pretty good team. Cool game to watch for as well. And this one is followed by the Nets playing against the Celtics. Another pretty cool game. Kyrie Irving playing against his whole team. Pretty cool game to watch for. Followed by the Mavericks against the Lakers. The current champions playing. It's really always a joy to watch Anthony Davis and LeBron James playing together. So it's a pretty cool game to watch for as well. And to finish off the night, the Nuggets play the Clippers in Denver. Another pretty cool game. So a handful of games in the NBA. 5 straight games. You can watch all of them because they are one after another. So pretty cool way to spend your Christmas Day if you like. But there are other sports as well going on. But I've picked the NBA because the NBA is back. So enjoy watching the NBA. And to finish it off this week, on Saturday, December 26th, it's the famous Premier League Boxing Day. So, handful of games in the Premier League. I've picked 2 here that I think are the most important, the really cool games to watch for. First one is Leicester City playing against Manchester United. Leicester City Football Club, as I said before, is 3rd in the Premier League, so they're fighting for a good position, fighting for a UEFA Champions League position. And Manchester United, they're not that good. They're 9th, but they're just some points behind. They're like 4 points behind Leicester, who are 3rd. So if they win here, 3 points really important. They would go to better positions in the standings. So a really important game for Manchester United, who were eliminated from the Champions League last week, actually 2 weeks ago. So really important game for them if they want to get a better position. They'll fight for a Champions League spot as well in the Premier League. So cool game to watch for. And following that, the Arsenal plays Chelsea. Arsenal is really struggling this year. They're only in the 15th place in the Premier League. They have more losses than wins. They have 7 losses, 4 wins only, 1 draw, 13 points. They're really struggling. And there's a really important rivalry in London against Chelsea, who are 5th place, trying to get to the top positions, trying to secure a UEFA Champions League spot in the standings. So it's a really good game here, a really good rivalry in English soccer, English football as you may call it. But it's a really cool game to watch for, and I hope Arsenal gets to a better place this year. They're a really great team, and they're really struggling this year. So I hope they get better, and this will be a great game to watch for. Also in the NFL, lots of stuff going around. Week 16, starting off the day with the Buccaneers playing against the Lions. The Lions are actually the last place in their division, the NFC North. They're not really competing for anything anymore, but it's an important game for them to gain some momentum, to finish the season in a higher note. But the Buccaneers are 8-5 so far before recording this video, because Week 15 will be played afterwards. But they're 2nd in the NFC South, behind the Saints. Probably it's a tough one. I don't think they can still win the division, but they're trying to clinch a wild card spot here, and it's an important game, and they have to win this one to try to secure that wild card spot. Following that game, the Cardinals will face the San Francisco 49ers in Arizona. The 49ers struggling this year. They're fourth in the NFC West. The Cardinals are third, but they're 7-6, and they're still fighting a bit they want to still try to get that wild card spot in the NFC. So it's a cool game to watch for. But to finish off the day, there's a game between the Dolphins and the Raiders. This one is a good one because the Dolphins are 8-5. They're second in the AFC East, and they're really fighting for a playoff spot, a wild card clinch here. And the Raiders as well. They're 7-6. They're second in the AFC West behind the Chiefs. There's no chance they can get the division. The Dolphins still have some chances, but it will be hard to get to Buffalo so far. But both these teams are trying to get a wild card spot. It's easier for the Dolphins because they have one more win than the Raiders. But this one is a really important game for both of these teams in their quest to a wild card spot here. So that's it for this week. Finishing it off on Saturday, December 26th. Hope you enjoyed this video. This is my first video on this channel. I really hope you liked it. This is an idea I've had for a very long time. I always wanted some kind of video to kind of know about what sports games I should watch every week. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I would really love if you could send some comments here in the comment area below, saying what you thought about this video, what I could do better, if I missed any sports, any games. So I really thank you for watching this game. If you liked it, please click on the like button below and subscribe to the channel, because I'll try to do this kind of video every week. Probably I'll always try to publish them on Saturdays, so you can start watching the games on Sunday, then Monday, all the way through Saturday once again. So hope you enjoyed. Thanks again a lot, and I'll see you next week. Bye.